Hi, I'm Frank. I'm sitting on my SeaDoo switch, nice day outside, and I have a floating dock. Now, a floating dock is pretty nice because I can just drive up on the dock and be done with it. But the disadvantage is when I try to flush the engine, I have a lot of difficulty doing so. And the reason why is because getting access to the boat where it's sitting on a floating dock is pretty darn difficult. So let's go around here. We could probably get a little bit better view. And you'll see the end of the boat. And right up all under there is where the flush port is. And getting to it is not necessarily the easiest thing in the world. I usually end up having to get in the water and approach it from that aspect. In order to do our remote flush, these are the parts that we're going to need. I'm going to have a 1/2 inch PVC that I'll cut to put into these joints. But on one end, I'm going to have a hose clamp. This is an Apex 1/2 inch PEX to 1/2 inch CPVC couple. So my hose will go into here, and I'll use the hose clamp to tighten it down. It has these nice little flutes so that it'll provide a good seal and keep the hose from coming off. Then there's going to be a couple, and then I'm going to have my valve that I can turn off and on. If this part goes to the flush port and this to the rest of the engine, then I don't want to have my water coming in and going just straight out the flush port in the back. So I'll add this valve to keep the water going in that direction. So then I'll have a T, and then the threaded portion here, I will have, I'm using this quick connect. I'll have that quick connect on, so it'll just be a matter of snapping it in. And then coming through to the PVC coupling on the other end, and then the clamp to hold it on. So I'm going to assemble all of these together, and then we'll go out to the boat. I'm going to use just clear PVC cement to put these together. And all of this I got at Home Depot. I also find it easy to cut PVC with these PVC cutters. It cuts a nice, smooth, and straight piece instead of sawing. And then you don't get the PVC shavings all over the place either. If you're doing any PVC work, this is sort of an indispensable tool. For my quick couples, I'm using the plastic piece rather than any type of metal piece. And the reason why is because these threads aren't quite the same threads as a normal garden hose. So I'll put these in and sort of tighten it down. I can make it watertight, which I will, but I'll use the PVC cement to cement this in so that I know I have a good seal and nothing will leak out of it. So get the plastic ones instead of the metal ones. So here's my finished contraption. Everything's in together. And I put this at 90 degrees from this because I just was afraid that it was going to interfere in some way with this. It doesn't, so it doesn't matter which way you rotate it if you'd like to, but I'll cut the hose, put the hose back on each of these sides, and clamp it, and then we'll be ready to test it out. There's my quick release. This is the other end that'll go into the hose. This then will snap into place. Turn this off, and I should be able to now flush the engine. So I've cut this amount of hose and attached it to my little device, and then this part will go back to there, and then the other end will go to that hose there. The hoses are back together again. You can see the little contraption I have. I'm going to tie wrap it up, which I'll show you in a minute. But after I did the hose clamps, I made sure that I couldn't twist the hose or pull it off, so that I know that the clamps were on adequately tight. I bought a short hose, again from Home Depot, and then this valve. This will connect to the water faucet, and I can turn the water on and have the water so that it doesn't come through here. There's my quick connect that's going to attach to my quick connect there. So I can turn the start the engine, then turn the water on, which is what you're supposed to do, and then again shut the water off from here, and then shut the engine off. So let's give it a shot, see what happens. I have my hose connected. You can see down there, that's snapped in. That valve is turned off, so water cannot go that way. It can only come this way. My hose is then connected here. The valve is turned off. So I'm going to go turn the water on, keeping that valve off. Then I'm going to start the engine, and then I'll turn that valve on. Now turn the water on. And shut the engine off. So now I can take care of everything from here, and I don't have to get in the water. I can see water underneath there, so I know that it flushed because it wasn't there before. So I've just been out on my boat, actually still out on it. If you have a lift or a floating dock like I have, then you probably experience the dread of trying to flush your boat. And you know you want to flush it because that'll help keep things in good condition. Now with this simple modification that's pretty cheap and easy to do, you can accomplish that. So for me, I'm heading back in and I'm going to flush the engine. Happy motoring. If you like this, please subscribe and hit like. Bye-bye.